Good morning, good day, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're feeling great. First of all, I hope you're all safe and, you know, doing everything that you need to do, listening to all the advice from the authorities. And I hope, everybody is smart and patient. So, as always, I'm here to chat with you a little bit and really, really send you a lot of support. And I really hope everybody can stay together in this tough period. It's it's something special for everybody. It's very extreme situation, and yeah, we have to completely change our lives. You have to maybe even adopt some new habits and different rituals. You cannot, go back to your old routines. So today I would like to talk about my typical day in general, you know, apart from this situation. But then I will also share some of my recommendations or tips on what new habits or rituals you can have, in these times that you can for the things that you can do at home. And thank you so much for joining. And yeah, feel free to drop a message, a comment, or any suggestion on the next topics, or even something regarding this topic. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer as well. And I just want to quickly find the link for this. I I never did this before. Okay, it's here. So just 1 second. Okay, it's here. Okay, so again, very happy to have you here. It's Monday morning in Shanghai, and getting ready for a long day, but still I decided to turn on the camera just for maybe 15-20 minutes. Don't have too much time, but I would like to again talk about my typical day. Let's say on in some normal times, I would usually wake up around 8 or even 8:30 a.m. I know it's not really too early, but this is because I tend to go to bed a bit later, and I'm always very tired in the evening. So the typical morning like wake up time is around 8. Let's call it 8 a.m. And to be honest, the very first thing that I do is check my phone. Maybe it's not the greatest habit, but this is also because I'm looking to see what is the new or the fresh feedback I have from you guys on different platforms. And this is something that usually really gives me more drive and more motivation, for this upcoming day, and maybe to see what I need to work on more, or what kind of content, or any feedback. It's really great. It's amazing. So this is the first thing I check. I check some social media platforms, and maybe even I make a quick post, like at that very very early moment when I'm awake. And then as soon as I get up from bed, the first thing would be to make the bed, like set the bed, in a perfect condition, make it nice and smooth. So it kind of gives me that feeling. Okay, now I'm ready to move on. If I leave the bed and then just start doing other things, it's gonna give me this uncomfortable feel. It's like I I didn't do something right, or maybe you even feel guilty. And when you see the mess there, it's so you just go there and get it done. So that's the first thing. And then I will do meditation for around 10 minutes. And this is something I'm trying to make it a habit. And I've been doing this for a couple of weeks. Again, it was not really regular, and I really want to make it a habit. And this is one advice, like a recommendation I have for all of you is now is the time, when you're kind of stuck at home, and if you didn't do meditation before, now you have so much time and you have a lot of resources, different information about it. So maybe you learn and read about it a bit, and then you can simply get some of the apps. I recommend Headspace, and it's really great, and you can choose different levels, or different kinds of meditation there, and the lengths, so you can start with shorter sessions, but it's great to kind of yeah, you learn a lot from that about breathing, how important that is, and how to kind of focus on the moment, not get distracted, and actually allow the thoughts, to come, and then allow them to pass, to go, not to get distracted in your daily, in your momentum, like whatever you're doing. And I think this can also be transferred to the court, to have this non-judgmental awareness of the things and being present in the moment. I think that can help a lot when you're on the court. So when you're playing a match, you're able not to judge your mistakes or whatever, not to get distracted. I think it's super important. And I know some of the pros, I'm sure many of them are practicing meditation. I know Novak Djokovic is a big fan and like practitioner of this kind of habit or ritual. It's very important in his life. So I highly recommend you to go into that field, meditation. And so after that, I would go straight to the kitchen, and the first thing, I would grab celery. So that's literally the first thing I do. Then I need to, clean it up, wash it, chop it, and I would mix it with banana and maybe half of the pear. And if I have something extra to add in the mixer, like what I find in the kitchen, what I think it can give some twist of the flavor, and I will mix everything, maybe add a little bit of water. So that will be like that morning juice, like the energy bomb, that I always get from the like start of the day. And then I will also cook the breakfast. I make it very simple. It's usually just eggs, like plain eggs. I make scrambled eggs, like that's the quickest thing. And I have this juice, and then I would add some fresh vegetables on the side, such as tomatoes, or if I have avocado as well, that's the best. It's like bonus. Avocado always gives like amazing flavor, and it's very good, very healthy. So that will be the breakfast part. And usually during the breakfast, I would again sit with laptop. I will look at the different platforms and check the feedback, maybe prepare some things that I need to start doing it right after breakfast. So as I'm eating, I'm already getting into all this stuff. And yeah, that breakfast is very important, like I try to always keep it like at similar time. And I think that's important, to always eat certain meals at similar time, and kind of create that habit, and definitely have like a good quality meal, not start with some junk food or like fast food, or even skip the breakfast. I think it's important to start the day, gives you that energy. And yeah, I see a few comments, so thanks so much. I appreciate everyone here. We'll just quickly go through that, but again, I don't have much time. I would like to go through this my day and give you those few tips. I appreciate all of you for all the comments. Are you guys under Kerford there, Terry? Here it's much better. There's no more quarantine, and we are free to go outside with masks. Everybody's still using masks. Courts were locked here in US. Recommend everyone take a break. What else they say? Yeah, I know it's unfortunate. I know in many places around the world everything is kind of shut down, so it's very tough. What's up, Tony? You're back. Glad to see you here. Okay, so after the breakfast, again, I would sit down with laptop and first maybe do some of those like quicker things. if I need to reply some comments or messages, or maybe just get more of that feedback, read more comments, get the idea of where I should be going, and then I would start working or continue working on the current or the next video for the YouTube channel. This usually takes up the most of my off-core time, working on the video. It's tough to say, it's tough to estimate, but let's say if on average I would work 3 hours, 2, 3 to 4 hours on the video, and then one video usually takes up to 1 week. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of hours just for one video, especially if I'm doing those for the trainings with pros. They're taking the most time, but I really enjoy it. And every time I work on those videos, it's giving me this extra energy. I want to come back on court, I want to keep playing, and it's amazing. And then when I also see the feedback from all of you, it's really even more motivating, to keep doing it. And it's really, I'm really grateful for that. And I have so many videos left, like I didn't even use, and so many players I didn't even share the trainings with. For example, Alexander Bublik, I didn't put any video there except the game, like mini tennis game. Bautista Gut, nothing, no videos. I think we had 3 trainings. There are many players I didn't put out there yet. Damir Džumhur, a great Bosnian player. Filip Krajinovic, Serbian player. Many. Fuksovic, the Hungarian player. Kareno Busta. I'm just trying to think which place. So in Juhaj, I also played with Gojovčić, Peter Gojovčić, and Thomas Fabiano. Then in Shanghai Masters this last year, Poprin. And also from the last year, I think there were a couple more I didn't share. Oh, Sam Querrey. So there are a few more players I still have to catch up. It's just because it's a very long process. But anyways, again, thank you again so much for joining, and I hope you will get something out of this live. This is why I want to go a little bit faster through that, so it's a little bit more effective. But I always like to check your comments and answer some questions. I'm trying to figure out the way how maybe in the future I can get some of you live here, so we can kind of split screen and have a little chat. I think that would be very cool. I would love to do that on YouTube here. Is there a way to build muscle mass, because I'm pretty fast but skinny? I don't think you need to worry about muscle mass. If you look at the tennis players, on average, they're not very muscly, and it's good to be skinny, as long as you're fast and you build up some stamina. I don't think you really need mass. Thank you, Luis Felipe. Appreciate that. That means a lot. Okay, so let's go through the day. So my routines after I work on the video so in the morning I would maybe work 1 hour and a half on the video, and then around 12 o'clock. So I'm talking about some average day. Like if I take the past 2 years, 3 years, and then average day would be like that. Of course, some days I might even have very early morning training with some players before their school. That was maybe a bit while ago, but still I would have to go to club at like 6 a.m., 6:30. But let's say on average I would be at home in this morning time, and then at 12 o'clock noon time I would go to the club. I like to start with the fitness first, so I would go through my fitness session depending on the day. Again, on Mondays I would do interval training, so that includes like running outside, or nowadays it's biking, because I don't dare to run very like intensely, because I need to take care of the calf. Tuesday I will do upper body. Now depends on the schedule, or like depending from the last week what I did, which days. But let's say Tuesday upper body, I would do chest and triceps, and of course core always. Maybe I would throw in some like random exercise, but that's like the main theme. Wednesday I would do legs, so I would do legs in the gym on the machines, and maybe some like body weight exercises for legs, some more specific tennis things, but it's mainly like leg day. Thursday again upper body, I would go back and biceps, and again cores like abs and back. So that's Thursday. Friday, like lately I've been doing like shoulders and more tennis specific exercises, and those rotational like side core exercises and something like this. Saturdays usually jogging or easy bike to kind of cool down, and then a good stretch. Of course, every day after the fitness and tennis trainings, I will do stretching. So stretching I do at least 2 or 3 times a day for 10-15 minutes every day, every single day. So that's a must. But anyways, so after that fitness session, which is around 12, maybe up to 1 o'clock, then I would eat lunch at the club, at the like it's a Chinese canteen, like Chinese cuisine, like very simple lunch, and usually not really enough for me, but I kind of go with it. It's like plain rice, white steamed rice with some grilled vegetables. Still, they kind of make it a bit oily, those vegetables. Not really the biggest fan, but sometimes it's good. Or maybe they put like two kinds, and then on the side there are meat. There is some meat, and very often this is not enough. The meat is sometimes with bones as well, and then the amount of meat is really not enough. But I eat that, and kind of fills my stomach. Then I would have maybe like, depending on the day, let's say that's at 1:30, maybe like 2 hours break or 2 hours free time. It's not break for me. I find some coffee shop, and I sit again with a laptop, continue working on the video, and again do some more comments or answering on the messages or planning for new ideas. I really enjoy this time. This is maybe my favorite time, apart from like the tennis training. It's when I sit at the cafe, get a coffee, a cappuccino always, and maybe have some sweet. This is like a little treat for me, and then work on the video or replying comments. It's really like enjoyable for me, and this part of the day passes like the quickest. It goes so fast, and then it's already time to go back to the club around 3 p.m. maybe, or 4, depends, and then anywhere up to 8 or 9 p.m. I would have trainings. This includes lessons and trainings, sometimes trainings for myself, depending on the schedule. Again, this was in the normal times. These days it's reduced a lot. There are less trainings for everybody. Not all the players are back, and we're not having like a completely regular schedule. So nowadays will be a bit less, but in general that's the typical day. So the biggest issue for me was having a lunch at around 1 p.m. and then staying at the courts until 8 or 9 p.m. without actual meal. So that's something I would like to kind of mention and give this advice, that you should have this more regular meals, not having this big break. So what I was trying to do is get some kind of like a on-court lunch or like snack or sandwich that can break that long period. So definitely need to have more regular meals. Anyways, after 8 or 9 p.m. I would go home, have dinner. Sometimes I would make pasta with tuna. I fry the peanuts. I like to add this, and then add some cherry tomatoes and sour cream, mixed all together. And it's definitely my favorite dinner to make if I do it. If not, then I would eat in some restaurant. Try not to have a fast food. Maybe I would just get also pasta with different, like a pesto sauce and chicken, or like a chicken wrap, something like this. Or if I'm lucky and my girlfriend kind of comes, and she would cook some amazing food. She's so good in the kitchen. She can make any dishes. So she sometimes asks me for the wish, and then I can even ask for like Serbian meals, and very, very grateful for that. So Yeah, the dinner is usually like the best meal that I have during the day, like the strongest meal. Maybe it's not the best ideal, but anyways. And then after that dinner, I would still work on the video, and if I need to make other posts, but video again takes the most part of the time. And especially if I'm posting or uploading the video on that day, then I would stay up late, at least until midnight, definitely past midnight, maybe even 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m., because it takes a lot of time to export the video, then upload, and here the connections with internet not the greatest. I have option to schedule, the publishing of the video, but I really like to kind of repost as soon as it's published. I like to repost on different platforms. I think it's better to kind of get people aware that there's a new video there. So I kind of always wait for it, and then I repost everywhere. So on that day, I would go to bed around 1 a.m. maybe on average. If I'm not posting the video, I try to go to bed before 11 p.m. Like 11 p.m., it's like the borderline where I like to be in bed and then hopefully sleep earlier. But that's not really happening too often. That's my goal. So that would be in general my tip. And so I also wanted just to say about this, having the routines, like what you can adopt, and that is definitely for the what I wanted to say, for meditation, for sure. I really highly recommend you to do so. And then for the stretching, if that is not your habit, this is when you can get it, right? If every day you do regular stretching now because you're at home, it can become a habit. So after any workout you do at home, make sure you do the stretching. And I apologize, I didn't read the comments. I wanted to go quickly through that because I have to go now. I have a busy day, but really appreciate it. I maybe can read these comments later. Just try to scan through the comments. Can you please make video how forehand and backhand flat show between the top spin and hit spin? Okay, I got that. Are you still gonna compare slice serve with kick serve? Yes, Tony, I need to do that also. I need pro stock rackets. Yeah, just give me 1 second. The difference between flat forehand and the back. Okay. Brazil, what's going on? Hope you're good over there. Talk about how you found your perfect racket setup. Thoughts on Djokovic vegan diet. Okay. All right. Thanks so much for all the questions. I will try to maybe reply some of them later in the comments below on this video. And yeah, again, the tips I wanted to give you, it's start to meditate. I think it's very, very important. And get the stretching as your daily habit, and also try to get your meals in regular times, like regular time slots. It's better to have more often meals in like less amount, and try to eat healthier, obviously. No fast food. Start the day with the juice that includes like celery and different fruits. Eat a lot of vegetables, drink a lot of water, and all this basic stuff, but now is the time that you can kind of adopt all these habits and get ready for the next period. And I think that's pretty much it. I hope it was fun, interesting for you. It was a little bit shorter than usual, but really appreciate your time. I will try to make it a bit more often. Maybe I can make it even every day, like these shorter sessions. We'll see. I will definitely I will definitely let you know about that. And that's it. Thank you so much again for joining. Hope you have a wonderful week, and stay safe, stay strong, and keep going. We can do this. We can go through this together. All right. Take care.